Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present my proposal seminar video. I'm Syamsul Marif. I'm from Office Administration Education, Faculty Economic and Business, Jakarta State University. And I'm here to present my research proposal seminar and the entitled The Influence of Internship Experience, Self-Efficacy, and Career Guidance and on Students' Work Readiness. The proposal outlines the background, objective, methodology, and expected outcomes of my planned research. I look forward to sharing my ideas and receiving your valuable feedback to help improve this study. I hope you enjoy my videos. And next, in the first one, we have table of contents. The first we have big background, problem statement, research objective, benefits of the research, literature review, variable indicators, research methodology, population and sample, time and place, and the last one, the technique. Next, we have first introduction. The introduction contains a background, the background of the study. The number one is the increasingly complex demands of the workforce. The world of work demands graduates who not only masters theory but also possess practical skills and mental readiness. However, many vocational high school SMK students are not fully prepared to face these challenges after graduation. And number two, high unemployment rate among SMK graduates. Data from Statistik Indonesia or BPS shows that SMK graduates have the highest unemployment rate, raising questions about the effectiveness of vocational schools in preparing students for the workforce. And the last one, number three, of the background is the role of schools is fostering work readiness. Vocational schools have a work-based curriculum, making it important to examine how far schools contribute to developing students' work readiness through classroom learning, internship or PKL, and career guidance. And next we have pre-research. Pre-research results show that most students at SMK Negeri 44 Jakarta are still not interested in entering the workforce immediately. This contrasts with the main goal of vocational schools, which is to prepare students to be ready for work after graduation. This indicates that work readiness of students at SMK 44 Jakarta is still very low. And next, we have problem statement. This study aims to identify and analyze the influence of internship, self-efficacy, and career guidance on work readiness. Problem 1, we have can internship experience, self-efficacy, and career guidance virtually and simultaneously influence student work readiness? And the problem 2, what factors plays a role in the influence of internship, self-efficacy, and career guidance on student work readiness? It's two problem statement in this study. And next we have research objective. This study aims to understand the influence of internship or praktik kerja lapangan, self-efficacy, and career guidance on students' work readiness, focusing on the indicators and factors that affect work readiness. And the first, there is objective to analyze the influence of internship, self-efficacy, and career guidance on student work readiness. And two, to identify the factors within internship, self-efficacy, and career guidance that affect students' work readiness. And next, to assess the role of internship, self-efficacy, and career guidance in influencing students' work readiness. And next, we have research benefits. The first one, the theoretical benefits. The theoretical benefits are to contribute to scientific knowledge and provide the latest academic reference in the field of education, serving as a stimulus for future research with similar variables and topics. And next, we have practical benefits. To serve as input reference to source of information for educational institutions, so they can further optimize learning and educational strategies, thereby improving the work readiness of students and graduates. And next, we have literature review. The following is the literature review used in this study. The first one, work readiness. The ability of an individual to enter and adapt to the world of work, which includes technical skills, soft skills, such as communication and teamwork, as well as mental readiness and professional attitude. And variable 2, internship experience. A learning activity in real work environment carried out by students to apply the knowledge and skills they have acquired in school directly in the workplace. And next, we have literature review of variable self-efficacy. What's self-efficacy? Self-efficacy is a person's belief in their ability to complete tasks or handle specific situations successfully in the world. And the last variable in the study is the career guidance. What's career guidance? The process of providing guidance and support to individuals to help them recognize their potential, interests, and suitable career options, as well as prepare themselves to enter the world of work. And next, we have variable indicators. The following is the variable indicator used in this study. So the first one, we have work readiness. According to Caballero et al., four main indicators of work readiness are identified as follows. First, personal characteristic. 2, organizational acumen. 3, work competence. And 4, social intelligence. And there are of indicator from work readiness. And next, the indicator of internship experience. According to Firdaus 2023, there are several indicators of industrial works practice, namely, number 1, duration or period of PKL implementation. 2, knowledge. 3, skills and mastery of work and equipment. And 4, we have discipline. And next, indicator and aspect. And there's self-efficacy. According to Albert Bandura, there are 3 main indicators of self-efficacy. Number 1, level of difficulty. This refers to how challenging an individual believes the task is and whether they believe they can successfully complete it. Number 2, strength. This relates to the strength and conviction of an individual's belief in their own capabilities. A strong sense of efficacy means they are more confident in their ability to succeed, even when facing obstacles. And 3, generality. This reflects the extent to which an individual's belief in their competence extends across different areas of behavior or tasks. Someone with high generality in self-efficacy believes in their abilities in a wide range of situations. And the next, we have indicators and aspects of career guidance. According to the persons, the aspect of career guidance includes number 1, understanding of self. Number two, understanding of the world of work. Number three, reasoning of the relationship between self and the world of work. And next, previous research. Based on research by Aditya Gama, the research concluded there is a significant influence of industrial work practice on the work readiness of 12th grade students in the Office of the Nation Vocational Program at SMK Negeri 1 Surakarta. And number two, next, based on research by Yuanto, it was shown that there is a positive relationship self-efficacy and work readiness, meaning that the higher the self-efficacy, the higher the work readiness of the students. Next, previous research, based on research by Alpha, the conclusion was that career guidance has influence of student work readiness and also affects their work motivation. And next, based on research by Yamsi and Hafid, this research revealed that the combination of these three elements prepares students with the skills, knowledge, and the attitudes necessary to succeed in the world of work and the ability to adapt to the demands of existing professions. Next, we have a theoretical framework. Alright, based on the theoretical foundation and relevant prior research we have discussed, here's potential framework in this study. There are experience of internship, self-efficacy, career guidance, and a work readiness. Next, we have a hypothesis. Hypothesis first is hypothesis that are significant influence of industrial work practice on work readiness. And next, it is hypothesis that are significant influence of self-efficacy on work readiness. It is hypothesis and the significant influence of career guidance on work readiness. And the last one, hypothesis. It is hypothesis there is significant simultaneous influence of industrial work practice, self-efficacy, and career guidance on work readiness. Next, research methodology. The first one of research methodology we have time and place. The following are the time and place of this research. For the time, this research will take place from to October 2024 to July 2025. And the place of this research will be conducted at SMK Negeri 44 Jakarta, located in Calapan Jalan Harapan Jaya, Cempaka Baru, Jakarta Pusat. And the next, population and sample. The population in this research consists of grade 11 and 12 students at SMK 44 Jakarta from the following vocational program: Office Management, Online Business, and 3 Accounting and Finance. The sample size in the research was calculated using the Slow-Fins formula as follows. The picture. After calculation, the total sample size of the net is 140 students. And next, we have technique. The first one, data collection. The data collection technique used is an online questionnaire via Google Forms containing statements that were answered by respondents using a scala Likert scale of 1 until 5. And next, data analysis. Data analysis techniques using SPSS for regression and correlation analysis involve assessing the relationship between variables and building predictive models. And then the last one, research design. This research employs a quantitative method. According to the Darwin, the quantitative method is a systematic investigation using statistical, mathematical, or computational techniques. And the next, the data collected can be through surveys, interview, field notes, photographs, recordings, or individual documentation, and more. Next, this for a research schedule from October 2024 until July 2025. And that's all. And thank you. And that's all for my presentation proposal seminar. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy watching my videos. And Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, and the next we have results and discussion. Next, work readiness data description. This is the statistic descriptive analysis. Based on the descriptive analysis of 20 125 respondents, students' work readiness has a minimum value of 40 and a maximum of 53, with a mean of 44 and a median of 44, indicating a symmetrical data distribution. A standard deviation of 323 and a variance of 9 indicate a moderate spread of data. Overall, student work readiness is at a fairly good level with relatively low variation among respondents. Next. And the next is frequency distribution of work readiness. Based on the table, it can be concluded that the average level of work readiness falls into the moderate category. This is indicated by the majority of the 125 respondents with 63 students or 50% scoring within the range of 43 to 48. The next, PKL data description, descriptive analysis. Based on descriptive analysis of 125 respondents, PKL scores range from 84 to 99 with a mean of 94 and a median of 95, indicating a symmetrical data distribution. A standard deviation of 3 and a variance of 9 suggests low data dispersion and concentration around the mean. Overall, the implementation of PKL is considered fairly high and consistent among students. And the next, frequency distribution of PKL. Based on the table, it can be concluded that average of PKL score falls into the moderate category. This is indicated by the majority of the 125 respondents, with 70 students or 56% scoring within the range of 91 to 97. And the next, self-efficacy data description. Descriptive analysis. With another descriptive analysis of 125 respondent students, self-efficacy scores range from 33 to 44, 54, with a mean of 42 and a median of 42, indicating a fairly balanced data distribution. Standard deviation of 40 of 4 and a variance of 70 indicate a moderate level of data dispersion. Overall, student self-efficacy is at a moderate level with noticeable variation among respondents. And the next we have frequency distribution of self-efficacy. Based on the table, it can be concluded that the average level of self-efficacy falls into the moderate category. This is indicated by the majority of the 125 respondents with 104 students or 83 scoring with a range of 38 to 47. Career guidance data description. Descriptive analysis. Based on descriptive analysis of 125 respondents, career guidance score indicating relatively symmetrical data distribution. Standard deviation, overall career guidance, high level to there. Noticeable difference has how received among students. And the next we have different distribution of career guidance. Based on the table, this is indicated by the majority of the 125 respondents with 100 students or 80% scoring with the range of 49 to 50. And next we have normality test. Based on the column graph normality test, the significance value of 0 indicates the threshold is normal, therefore the assumption of normality is met and the use of multiple linear regression analysis is considered valid. And the next we have normality test. Based on the normal p-plot in the figure above, most of the points lie around the diagonal line, indicating that the residual data is normally distributed. Therefore, the regression model meets the normality assumption, and the regression analysis can be proceeded to the next stage. We have linearity test. And the first influence of workplace practice for work readiness. Based on the table, this means that although the relationship is not statistically significant, PKL can still be used as a predictor in the regression model. And the next, we have influence of self-efficacy for work readiness. Based on the table, this means the linearity assumption is made and the self-efficacy is a valid predictor in the regression model. And the next, influence of career guidance for work readiness. Based on the table, this indicates the career guidance can be used as a valid predictor in the multiple linear regression model. Based on the table above, in the next we have multiple linear regression analysis. Based on the table, the multiple linear regression is the constant value of 62 indicates that if all independent variables are equal to 0, the predict value of readiness is 62. We have hypothesis for multiple linear regression analysis. Hypothesis 1. Influence of work field practice for work readiness. Statically, this means that the implementation of PKL influenced the work readiness, but the direction of the effect is decreasing. And next, we have hypothesis 2. Influence of self-efficacy for work readiness. Based on the analysis, the significant value is less than, and the effect of self-efficacy on work readiness is statistically significant. Hypothesis 3. Influence of career guidance for work readiness. Based on the analysis, indicating that career guidance had a positive and significant effect on work readiness. This means that the more effective the career guidance service, the higher the student's work readiness, and the effect is statistically significant. And the next hypothesis 4, influence of work the self-efficacy and career guidance towards work readiness. The result, self-efficacy has a strong and positive effect in line with Bandura's theory. In contrast, internship has a negative effect, indicating that its implementation is not yet optimal. And next, the test, partial significant test. It can be concluded that all the three independent variables have a statistically significant effect on the dependent variable as their significant value are well below threshold, the zero threshold. We have the test partial significant test. Based on the output, calculated A value is 47 at a significant level. Value of a higher F value indicates a career guidance, indicates a greater ability of the model to explain the dependent variable these results. So, as three variables together significantly explain the proportion of variation in student work readiness. And the next we have coefficient of determination test. The R-square value of 0 indicated for 54% of the variance in work readiness can be explained by the combination of internship, self-efficacy, and career guidance. The remaining 46% is explained by other variables not included in this research or model. We have discussion. Influence of workfield practice for work readiness. The regression results show the internship effect is not significant. Although the effect is statistically significant, the negative direction indicates that at the higher PKL score, the lower the tendency for work readiness. This finding is consistent with the study by Reza Rotunisa, which revealed several challenges in internship implementation, such as students being placed in location with inadequate facilities and the mismatch between school-based learning materials and field practice. And next we have the influence of self-efficacy and work for readiness. This indicates the higher the student's self-efficacy, the greater their readiness to face the work of work. Students who are confident in their abilities tend to complete tasks more effectively and adapt more easily in workplace environment. This finding is supported by Sugianto et al., who state that self-efficacy significantly contributes to worthiness. As well as for phone, that students with higher self-efficacy demonstrate better communication, decision-making, and problem-solving skills during their industrial practice. And then next we have career guidance for work readiness. Based on the analysis, this means that the better the career guidance service received by students, the higher their readiness to enter the workforce. Career guidance helps students understand career options, create plans, and recognize the out potential. Research by Pangasut and Hafid also support this finding, showing that career guidance conduct in a structured and continuous manner can increase student confidence in making career choice and hence their readiness to face the world of work. The next, we have influence over conflict practice, self-efficacy, and career guidance for work readiness. The multiple regression results show that internship PKL, self-efficacy, and career guidance simultaneously have a significant effect of the work readiness, confirming that these different variables together make a meaningful contribution. And next we have conclusion. The first conclusion, this study showed that internship has a significant but negative effect on the students' work readiness, indicating that its implementation at SMK and Pakpan Jakarta is not at optimal. This may be due to factors such as mismatched internship placement, limited supervision, and lack of post-program evaluation. And number two, meanwhile, self-efficacy has a positive and most dominant effect, emphasizing that self-confidence and belief in one's abilities play a crucial role in enhancing student work readiness. And next, number three, career guidance also has a positive and significant effect on work readiness. Although its influence is not as strong as that of self-efficacy, this guidance helps students recognize their potential and plan their career paths more clearly. Number four, simultaneously, the three variables have a significant influence, meaning that student for work readiness is strongly affected by the combination of strong self-efficacy, effective internship implementation, and well-directed career guidance service. And the next, we have implication. The first one, theoretical implication. The study confirmed that self-efficacy is the most dominant factor in enhancing students' work readiness. Unlike when Bandura's social cognitive theory, in contrast, internship has a negative impact, indicating the need to evaluate the implementation of experiential learning. Meanwhile, career guidance shows a positive effect, supporting the importance of career development starting from school, as theories by Sugar. And the next we have practical implementation, where schools need to evaluate the implementation of internship to ensure alignment with student competencies involved inventory and strength self-efficacy through confidence building learning approach. Second, teachers are expected to create a motivating learning environment while career counselors so enhance the quality of accessibility of career guidance service. And next, third, the industry sector as an internship partner should take on a more educational role by providing relevant mentors and activities that match the student field of expertise. And next we have research limitation. The study has a several limitations. First, the data were obtained through closed-ended questionnaire, which are prone to perceptual bias from respondents. Second, the research employed a quantitative approach, which did not explore the deeper reason behind the negative effect of internship. And third, the study was limited to SMK and Patpat Jakarta, so the findings may not generalizable to other vocational school with different characteristics or context. And next we have recommendation for future research. Future research is recommended to use mixed method to explore students' experience in greater depth. Number two, expand the research location to include other vocational school to improve the generalizability of the findings. And three, add new variables and capture their other potential factors influencing work readiness. And last, utilize more varied data collection techniques such as interview and observations to obtain more comprehensive and nuanced insight. Okay, that's all, and thank you. Thank you for your time and opportunity. That's my video. I hope you enjoy. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Terima kasih.